In this captivating story, Annie's dream of marrying is shattered. To help Robbie pursue his acting dream, she decides to move to Hollywood. But George is not ready to leave. She has good friends and a supportive teacher here, so she decides to stay with her aunt. Annie won't agree easily. A fierce argument erupts as she blames his sister for letting George stay without consent. Subtitles. But actually, George voluntarily chose to stay, and then George turned around to complain that Annie had never cared about her at all, not even knowing her preferences were red, yellow, green. I don't even know what my favorite color is. That's so ridiculous. This is my favorite book. Now tell me, what's my favorite book? Then I'll join you. I've been talking to her for 2 years about it. What book? No clue what you're talking about. It's catchy. We have a winner. George has every reason not to go with Annie, but she craves her mother's attention even more. If Mum can go to Hollywood for Robbie, why can't I stay here? Powerless Annie drives away with Robbie, not even glancing back in the rearview mirror. She occasionally glances at the kid in the back seat. Though George stays with her aunt, Mom's ease in leaving shocks her. Of course, she won't give her mom an inch sitting there, waiting for Mom to drag her back into the car. Once again, she underestimated her mom. On the road, mother and son earn money by offering rides, and they've really raked in some cash, meeting all sorts of characters until they pick up a couple. The girl is also heading to Hollywood to chase her dreams, and hits it off with Robbie, but the guy is a bit odd, all quiet and broody. He seems to be plotting something, finally speaking up to tell Annie to drop them off by the roadside. What a twist, the guy outright kidnaps Annie, leaving the girl in tow. Clearly, this isn't this guy's first rodeo. He demands Robbie hand over all cash and tells the girl to take off Anna's ring. Suddenly, Robbie pulls out a gun from the car, pointing it at the guy. Talk about suspense. I truly just dodged a bullet. She notices the woman clearly felt stuck trying to escape with her. After a struggle, she gets in the car to escape the evil guy. But trust is fragile. The woman steals the cash after planning. Her hard-earned cash dwindled down to just $67. What a loss to swallow. Robbie contacts George, updating him on Anna's situation, and he's ready to give him a new Annie. Halfway through, Annie interrupts him. She tells his wife to give George the money Annie left behind, which was meant as living expenses for her sister's family. The aunt insists she doesn't want it, but the siblings know it really belongs to George. The next day, Robbie drives his mom to town, still unsure why, but suddenly realizing as soon as he sees George. He wants to give his family to George, and seeing him smile with relief, George returns the money to his mother. He's sending Mom and brother to their last stop. Broke, he still wants the Watchman life's journey renews through letting go. Souls grow through pain. Walking down paths less traveled, the family arrives in Los Angeles as night falls, renting a home. They sell their precious Cadillac for a bargain to someone else. It's destined to be the final stop. As Annie was passing by, she caught sight of a poster recruiting extras and couldn't help herself from tearing it off to bring it home. Her husband waited at home for some time, discovering it via postcard from George. He came to take them home this time, but he really underestimated how much his cheating hurt Annie, thinking his absence was some kind of test. Sweetheart, even if you love me again, I just won't love you back. Subtitles, however, am well aware that I don't require your presence. If I were to hear you utter such words, my heart would surely ache with pain. This time around, all three individuals managed to squeeze their way into the film crew to take part in the shooting. While filming, Annie accidentally got stepped on by a passing pony, and in a twist of fate, she met the producer. The producer saw her stunning looks and outstanding charm, immediately wanting to get her into showbiz. Yet she leaves this opportunity for Robbie. To her surprise, the producer without hesitation tells her to come for an audition tomorrow. In that moment, George felt his mother was right. Things were definitely turning for the better, but bad news quickly swooped in. His beloved father passed away from a heart attack. Shocked, George buried his head in his mother's arms, engulfed in pain. Perhaps the story's end was destined long ago, only never discovered by anyone. George bought a cheap special deal ticket home, reaching out to his old school to check if they had a full scholarship available. Subtitles. He had a strong desire to return, and this time Annie honored his decision, refraining from holding him back any longer. Perhaps at this point, he has finally come to realize that kids cannot remain at home indefinitely. Life ought to be about freedom. Robbie finally got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but he couldn't seize it, and everyone was left utterly disappointed. George went back to school, and in the classroom, he shared his memorable summer vacation experiences. Those were truly unforgettable memories, and in the end, he opted to stay with his family, because a home is where the family is. Seeing Robbie's terrible performance, he comforts him and teaches him how to express himself. Let him come to me. I won't fight back. I'll just wait here, and if I die, so be it. This is our turf. Carrying the weight of their parents' expectations, they've earned a lot. But when Annie returned, George had taken Robbie's place as the lead, performing far better. She had lived through so much, and later Robbie finally found a job that suited him. Custom-fitting clothes for extras, Annie is determined to shift her focus in life, and post-divorce she no longer needs a husband, despite having many suitors. George often reminisces about those wandering days, always searching for shelter, only to find out that it was all unnecessary. They could completely support themselves, and Annie helped Robbie reach his life's final stop at the journey of life accomplished. And so the story ends, adapted from true events, recounting the journey of American actor George.